Okay, another little setback here. I ordered a baffle for this TS250. This is what it had in it, and of course they had drilled a. Well, get down here where you can see it. This is what they had in it, and they had drilled a hole all the way through here. And that's not an issue, but because I can fill this and I can tap it. But the this needs to go into something, and it shows that in the parts breakdown. So the one that I ordered and received is this one here, but it's still just, I guess, what they'd call the clean out tube. And I've got this piece here that slides onto it, and then the screws go into it. But that's supposed to go through this hole. And there's not a hole here from what I can tell. So it's just the one hole. So what I've done, or what I'm working on, is this here needs to go. You've got two baffles, one right about here and one right about here. And they're showing a tube that goes all the way through both of those. And then this, the clean out tube, goes in the end of it. So what I did was I looked around for some material, and the best thing that I could find, with, lightweight and everything, was a closet rod. These come in 1.25 inches, and of course I'm sure everything here is metric, and there's no way to get in there to measure it, so I just had to use sockets on an extension to kind of get up into the hole and see how they fit. So I come up with about 1.20 thousandths, and that seems to be doing okay. That fits in there good. What I had to do is it doesn't, like I say, this is 1.25 inches, so it had to be cut down. So what I did was I ran it in the horizontal mill with a slitting saw and cut that all the way down, and now I'm tacking it back together. So this, between those two baffles, will be a series of holes like this. That's what it looks like in the parts breakdown. I don't have one to go by. If somebody does, they can, if they like to help, just let me know kind of how long it is and how many holes and the separation of the holes, whatever. But that is going to go up in there, and I think it'll fit good after I get it in there. And then this will be tacked onto the end of it. And I'll shorten this up. I think all I need is about 12 inches of it. And then this will just go over the top of it after it's welded on here. And then that whole thing can slide into the baffle or into the muffler. But yep, this has turned out to be a project, but that's just the way it always is. So let me do some more test fitting and whatnot, and I'll show you what I'm up to. It's not real easy to weld, it's very thin. And just a little bit too much length, better than not having enough. Just hope I'm cutting off what I need to. Have to kind of deburr that, I think. They had that brazed around there, and I ground a little bit of it off when I was working on that, repairing that hole. So I thought I'd just go ahead and give it a new little coat of brass around there, and we're just real close to being able to see if the baffle will work. I've got everything welded up here, and I've got the end welded on, and I think it's the right length. I hope. I've got to grind this off, and then we'll drill some holes in it, or everything's good. I'm going to try to show you down in here. I'm not sure whether it'll show up or not, but you can see two places back there. There's baffles, one about 6 inches back and another one at the 12-inch mark. That's where I'm going through with this baffle. It goes all the way back to that last one, and there's our hole matching the bung there that was there. And this, the clean out tube, matches that, and then this goes over it, the deflector. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave a place right here, probably half-inch wide or so. But from here to here, I'm going to perforate it, and from here to here, I'm going to perforate it. And that should allow everything to come around those baffles in there. Give them all a little quick deburr. Nothing else keep me from getting a sliver in my hand. All right, there's our finished internal baffle. Like I say, I have no idea what it's supposed to look like, but this fits, and I think it's going to do the job. Let me get it up here. There we go. Okay, that's going to go here. That's your internal one. Your clean out tube, they call it. And then the deflector goes over it. I don't know why I have trouble with that, but I do. And your screw goes right like that. And I assume this one is for something else. I don't know. In the illustrated parts breakdown, it only shows one screw for this item. So I'm just assuming that that is a different one. But you know, I've like that the baffle that I ordered. It was the right part number, but it wasn't going to fit. So this is what we've ended up with. You know, you get tired of chasing stuff. That's going to be tight. I think I better deburr that a little bit more, or I'll I'll be fighting it every time I want to take it out. There we go. It's like it's made for it. Okay, so we've got our new outside one and our new inside one, and then we've got our deflector. I think we can get to it that way. And there you go. So I'll get a washer for that, and I've got to find, I think, just a little bit shorter screw that's going to go down inside of it. So let's look here. If everything is on, that's kind of how it's supposed to be, is it not? Kind of a little bit down and to the right. So there's our new baffle. I just hate keep trying to order stuff and it's always wrong, so I don't want to spend that kind of money for anything again like that, so I just made my own. I think it'll work just fine. And it all started from this. Just a closet pole that you hang your clothes on from Home Depot, 1 1/4. And then I had to take a little bit of, take about an 1/8 inch out of it and weld it back together, perforate it, and we've got what we need, I do believe. So, little American ingenuity. Okay guys, this is with it installed, and I was very careful not to take any of the numbers or any of the stuff here, any of the lettering, numbering off. You can see it's, I think you can see it, still all there. Well, I don't know how much of that you can see. Just take my word for it, I guess. Anyhow, I think everything, the orientation of it is right. It will be slightly down and to the right, and when this is installed, so you can see it's just pretty much the way it should be, I think. Anyhow, hey, thanks for going along for the ride. See you next video.